Ocean, and I'm going to be doing the Lesson 12 discussion prompt questions. The first question says, have you ever had a manager or a boss whose leadership disappointed you? If so, explain what made him or her a less than effective leader. So for me, I definitely had a disappointing manager recently. What disappointed me about his leadership style was he was just very passive aggressive. I feel like managers should be direct and tell you what's going on so you can improve, and their job is to be a leader, and you can't be leading people while being passive aggressive. Like, people can't just read your mind. But yes, there was a situation where I was supposed to be training for a new position, and I did the training one day, and then after that I was just back on the schedule as my regular position, which I was confused about because I was under the impression that I was going to be training a couple of days and then on the schedule as the new position. So that was a little disappointing for me. Also because he never said anything about it after that. He literally just acted like it never happened. He never made any suggestions on how I could improve, or even said, hey, I don't feel like this is the best position for you. I think we're just going to stick you where you are. He just didn't really say anything, and for me that was just kind of hurtful and confusing and not helpful at all, and disappointing. I just feel like as a manager, it is important and it is your job to direct people and help them improve and let them know what's going on, let them know what you're feeling. Simple things like that. He could have let me know in areas that I should improve before he wanted me to move any further. Anything. Any words of encouragement. Any words of encouragement. Any communication, any information would have been helpful. I just feel like when you just act like things don't happen, it just doesn't help, and it just made me kind of sad. And eventually, weeks and weeks later, I did bring it up because I just felt like maybe he'll eventually come up to me and say something, but he never did. And I eventually got so what's going on, I was really looking forward to that, and I did bring it to his attention, and he ended up saying some flow oh, we're just gonna keep people where they are right now, and then look back on that later, which didn't make any sense because he hired more people for that position, and he even trained people that worked there already as different positions to be that position that I wanted to be. So for me, that wasn't helpful. He could have told me what I did wrong, because I obviously did something wrong. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. It's just that, yeah, passive aggressiveness. And I've already talked about something else that he did where somebody when I was a cashier, somebody as a server sat somebody in a section that I was already had reserved for somebody else, and they were just waiting for the table to be cleaned. And when I brought it to my manager's attention, he just said nobody did anything wrong, which wasn't helpful for me or her or the customers or his business. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, second question. Consider the leadership approach discussion thus far in this chapter. Which of these leadership approaches best fits your leadership style? Explain why the leadership approach in your answer best fits you and why some of the other approaches do not. So for me, I definitely think the leadership style that fits me best is a mix of including others in decision making and motivating people to do better. I'm the kind of person who doesn't like making decisions without hearing everybody's opinion that's involved. I want to hear people's opinions first. I feel like when everyone gets a chance to have their opinions heard and have their input, I feel like the outcome is usually better. Also, people feel more respected and more willing to work hard when they know their ideas matter and they know that their ideas are included. So if I was in charge, I would ask my team what they think before making any big decisions. I'm ultimately going to make the decision at the end of the day, but I still would like to know everybody's opinion so I can have everybody be involved and feel included. Because the decision ultimately does affect everybody that's working there. I also see myself as someone who likes to motivate others. I don't just want people to do their job. I want them to ultimately feel good about what they're doing. I want to try to have a positive environment. I want to be a positive leader. I want to lead by example. I want to encourage people. So helping them improve and giving them credit when they do something right. I think when a leader supports their team instead of just telling them what to do, it can create a great environment. But some leadership styles that don't really match with me are like the leaders who just make all the decisions and expect people to follow without asking questions. I feel like that can make people feel unimportant and less motivated. At the same time, I'm not just going to sit back and let everybody else make the decisions, but I'm definitely going to ask for guidance and ask for people's opinions. I do think people still need direction, and support from managers to stay on track. So overall, my leadership style is about working together, communicating, and helping people grow. I want to be the kind of leader that helps people feel comfortable and confident, but also respects me. So, yes, thank you for watching.